In this harsh landscape, every day begins with a calculation of risk and reward. The desert's inhabitants have evolved into masters of efficiency, where every calorie consumed must be worth the energy expended to obtain it. Here, the predator-prey relationship has been refined to an art form, with each species developing unique strategies for survival. The confrontations in Arizona's wilderness are not merely about size or strength. They are about intelligence, adaptation, and the ability to read the subtle signs that nature provides. A slight change in wind direction can mean the difference between a successful hunt and becoming the hunted. The positioning of shadows, the angle of the sun, the moisture content in the air, all become critical factors in the daily struggle for survival. Water sources become battlegrounds where temporary truces are formed and broken within moments. The desert's scattered oases attract creatures from across the landscape, creating dynamic ecosystems where herbivores, carnivores, and scavengers must coexist in an uneasy balance. These watering holes serve as nature's amphitheaters, where the drama of survival plays out in real time. The seasonal changes in Arizona transform not just the landscape, but the very rules of survival. Spring brings abundance and opportunity. Summer demands endurance and adaptation. Autumn offers preparation and urgency, while winter tests the limits of every creature's ability to survive. Each season reshuffles the deck of survival, creating new opportunities for some while presenting deadly challenges to others. Arizona's diverse topography creates a mosaic of habitats, each supporting its own unique community of wildlife. From the low desert floors where ancient saguaro cacti create forests of giants, to the high mountain meadows where ponderosa pines reach toward the sky, this state encompasses multiple ecosystems within its borders. The Sonoran Desert, covering much of southern Arizona, is perhaps the most biodiverse desert in the world. Here, the iconic saguaro cactus can live for over 200 years, growing to heights of 40 feet and serving as apartment buildings for countless desert creatures. These gentle giants provide nesting sites, food sources, and shelter for species ranging from tiny insects to large birds of prey. Moving north, the landscape gradually transitions into high desert, where different species of cacti and drought-resistant shrubs create a more open environment. Here, the rules of survival shift slightly, with different predators and prey adapting to the changing conditions. The elevation changes bring cooler temperatures and different precipitation patterns, creating new opportunities and challenges for wildlife. In the higher elevations, pine forests and mountain meadows provide stark contrast to the desert below. These sky islands support species more commonly associated with Rocky Mountain ecosystems, creating unique communities isolated on mountaintops surrounded by desert. The altitude creates dramatic seasonal changes, with heavy snowfall in winter and moderate temperatures in summer. Through this diverse landscape, 16 remarkable species have carved out their niches, each with a unique story of adaptation and survival. Let us journey through their world, beginning with one of the desert's most iconic residents. High above the desert floor, carved into the thick walls of a towering saguaro cactus, a small entrance hole reveals the presence of one of Arizona's most industrious residents. The Gila woodpecker emerges from its custom-built home, its black and white striped back catching the morning light as it surveys its domain from this elevated perch. This remarkable bird has mastered the art of desert construction, using its powerful beak to excavate perfectly round holes in the saguaro's flesh. The cactus responds by forming a hard callus around the wound, creating a natural gourd that provides excellent insulation against the desert's extreme temperatures. What begins as a potential injury becomes a mutually beneficial relationship that can last for decades. The Gila woodpecker's daily routine is a masterclass in desert survival. As the sun rises, it begins its systematic search for insects, using its keen eyesight to spot movement in the bark of desert trees. Its long, sticky tongue can extend far beyond its beak, probing deep into crevices where insects hide from the heat. But this adaptable bird doesn't limit itself to insects. It also feeds on cactus fruits, nectar, and even small lizards when the opportunity arises. During the scorching summer months, the Gila woodpecker demonstrates remarkable behavioral adaptations. It becomes most active during the cooler early morning and late afternoon hours, often remaining motionless in the shade during the peak heat of midday. Its saguaro home provides natural air conditioning, with the thick walls maintaining a temperature several degrees cooler than the outside air. As autumn arrives, the woodpecker's behavior shifts to preparation mode. It begins caching food in various hiding spots, creating small reserves that will sustain it through the leaner winter months. The bird's intelligence shines through their ability to remember dozens of hiding spots, returning to them weeks later when food becomes scarce. The Gila woodpecker's industrious nature extends beyond its own survival. The holes it excavates in saguaro cacti are later used by numerous other species, including elf owls, purple martins, and various reptiles. In this way, the woodpecker serves as a keystone species, creating habitat for others while maintaining its own place in the desert ecosystem. As the Gila woodpecker settles into its saguaro home for the night, the desert transforms into a different world. The cooling air carries new sounds and scents, and with them comes one of Arizona's most formidable nocturnal predators. The great horned owl's distinctive silhouette appears against the star-filled sky, its powerful wings moving silently through the darkness. Perched atop a tall saguaro, the owl's large yellow eyes scan the desert floor below. Those prominent ear tufts, which give the species its name, are not actually ears but rather feathers that help break up the bird's outline, making it nearly invisible against the cactus's irregular shape. The owl's true ears are asymmetrically placed on its skull, allowing it to pinpoint the exact location of sounds in three-dimensional space. The great horned owl's hunting strategy is a combination of patience and explosive action. It can remain motionless for hours, using its exceptional hearing to detect the slightest movement below. When a desert cottontail rabbit makes the mistake of venturing into an open area, the owl's response is swift and decisive. Its wings, specially adapted with soft, fringed feathers, allow it to glide silently through the air, invisible to both prey and observer, until the moment of impact. The owl's powerful talons, capable of exerting pressure of up to 300 pounds per square inch, make escape virtually impossible once contact is made. But the great horned owl's diet is remarkably diverse, reflecting its adaptability to desert conditions. It hunts everything from small rodents and rabbits to snakes, scorpions, and even other birds. During particularly harsh periods, it has been observed taking prey as large as young foxes or as small as insects. Winter brings changes to the owl's behavior as it enters breeding season. The male's deep, resonant hooting echoes across the desert landscape, a sound that can carry for miles in the still, cold air. These calls serve multiple purposes: establishing territory, attracting mates, and communicating with family members across vast distances. The great horned owl's success in Arizona's diverse habitats stems from its incredible adaptability. It nests in various locations, from cliff faces and abandoned buildings to the tops of tall cacti. Its ability to thrive in environments ranging from desert floor to mountain forests makes it one of the most successful raptors in North America. The great horned owl's nocturnal hunt continues as dawn approaches, but its keen eyes also detect movement that poses no threat to its typical prey. Below, moving through the desert scrub with surprising grace for their stocky build, a sounder of javelinas emerges from the pre-dawn shadows. These pig-like mammals, more properly called collared peccaries, are among the desert's most social and intelligent residents. The lead female, identifiable by her confident posture and the way others defer to her movement, guides the group toward a reliable water source. Her grizzled coat, a mixture of gray and brown hairs, provides perfect camouflage among the desert vegetation. The distinctive white collar that encircles her neck and gives the species its name stands out clearly in the growing light. Javelinas are not true pigs, but rather members of their own unique family, superbly adapted to desert life. Their specialized kidneys can concentrate urine to conserve water, while their efficient digestive system extracts maximum nutrition from the tough, fibrous plants that make up their diet. They can survive on the moisture content of their food alone, though they will drink water when available. The group's foraging behavior reveals their intelligence and social structure. They communicate through a complex system of vocalizations, from soft grunts that maintain group cohesion to sharp barks that warn of danger. Their excellent sense of smell compensates for their relatively poor eyesight, allowing them to locate food sources and identify individual group members through scent. As the sun climbs higher, the javelinas seek shade beneath a large palo verde tree. Here, their social bonding becomes apparent as they engage in mutual grooming, using their sharp teeth to remove parasites and debris from each other's coats. This behavior strengthens social bonds and helps maintain group hierarchy. The javelina's impact on their environment is significant, but often overlooked. Their rooting behavior helps aerate soil and disperse seeds, while their well-worn trails create pathways that other animals use for efficient movement through dense vegetation. They are, in essence, desert architects, constantly reshaping their environment through their daily activities. During the harsh summer months, javelinas become primarily nocturnal, emerging only during the cooler hours of dawn and dusk. Their behavioral flexibility allows them to exploit food resources when conditions are most favorable, while avoiding the dangerous heat of midday. While the javelinas rest in the shade below, the desert canopy comes alive with the movements of one of Arizona's most energetic residents. A tiny flash of yellow and gray darts between the branches of a desert willow, its movements so rapid they're almost impossible to follow. The verdin, weighing less than a triple a battery, represents the incredible efficiency possible in desert adaptation. This diminutive bird, with its distinctive yellow head and chestnut shoulder patches, is a master of energy conservation. Every movement is calculated, every flight path optimized for maximum efficiency. The verdin's small size, which might seem like a disadvantage in the harsh desert environment, actually provides numerous benefits. Its high surface area to volume ratio allows for rapid heat dissipation, while its minimal body mass requires fewer calories to maintain. The verdin's nest-building behavior showcases remarkable engineering skills. Using its tiny beak, it weaves together thorny twigs and desert vegetation to create a spherical structure with a small entrance hole. The nest's thick walls provide insulation against both heat and cold, while the thorny exterior deters predators. Remarkably, verdins build multiple nests throughout the year, using different structures for breeding, roosting, and emergency shelter. The bird's foraging strategy is a constant ballet of movement and precision. It gleans insects from leaves, bark, and flower petals with remarkable dexterity, often hanging upside down to reach prey in difficult locations. Its diet also includes nectar from desert flowers, making it an important pollinator for several plant species. During the extreme heat of summer, the verdin employs behavioral thermoregulation that would impress any desert survival expert. It positions itself to minimize sun exposure, often pressing its body against shaded branches to transfer heat away from its core. When temperatures become unbearable, it can enter a state of torpor, dramatically reducing its metabolic rate to conserve energy. The verdin's territorial behavior intensifies during breeding season, when males establish and defend territories through song and aerial displays. Their clear, whistled calls ring out across the desert, each male announcing his presence and fitness to potential mates. These territorial disputes, while brief, are intense affairs involving dramatic aerial chases through the thorny desert vegetation. The verdin's delicate aerial maneuvers provide a stark contrast to the bold, confident movements of another desert resident. Perched atop a cholla cactus, seemingly oblivious to the plant's formidable spines, a cactus wren surveys its territory with the confidence of a creature perfectly adapted to its environment. This large, brown-streaked bird represents the pinnacle of desert specialization. The cactus wren's relationship with the desert's most forbidding plants is extraordinary. Where other animals fear to tread, the cactus wren makes its home, building its nest deep within the protective embrace of jumping cholla or other heavily armed cacti. The bird's thick, tough skin and specialized feathers provide protection against the sharp spines, while its precise movements allow it to navigate the thorny maze with remarkable efficiency. The male cactus wren's territorial display is a spectacle of desert bravado. From his elevated perch, he delivers a harsh, mechanical song that sounds like a rusty gate opening and closing. This distinctive call serves multiple purposes: attracting mates, establishing territory boundaries, and coordinating with family members. The song's harsh quality carries well across the open desert, ensuring it reaches its intended audience despite wind and distance. The cactus wren's foraging behavior reveals its opportunistic nature. It probes bark crevices for insects, turns over stones to find hidden prey, and even raids the nests of other birds when the opportunity arises. Its strong legs and feet make it an excellent ground forager. As the cactus wren settles into its thorny fortress for the night, the desert floor becomes the domain of creatures adapted to life in the shadows. A small, pale form emerges from an underground burrow, its enormous ears swiveling to detect the slightest sound. The kit fox, Arizona's smallest fox species, represents the ultimate in desert adaptation, combining intelligence, efficiency, and remarkable engineering skills. The kit fox's oversized ears are not merely cute features, but sophisticated instruments of survival. These remarkable appendages can detect the heartbeat of a mouse from several feet away, allowing the fox to locate prey even when it's hidden beneath the surface. The large ears also serve as radiators, helping dissipate heat during the hot desert days when the fox rests in its cool underground den. The fox's pale coloration provides perfect camouflage against the desert's sandy soils and bleached vegetation. Its fur changes subtly with the seasons, becoming denser and slightly darker during the cooler months. The long, bushy tail serves multiple purposes: as a balance aid during rapid direction changes, as a blanket for warmth during cold nights, and as a distraction tool when confronted by predators. The kit fox's den system is a marvel of underground architecture. These extensive burrow networks can extend for dozens of feet underground, with multiple entrances and chambers serving different purposes. The main den provides a safe sleeping area, while other chambers serve as food storage areas, nurseries, and emergency escape routes. The fox's powerful claws and compact body make it an excellent digger, capable of excavating new tunnels with remarkable speed. The fox's hunting strategy combines patience with explosive bursts of energy. It can remain motionless for long periods, using its exceptional hearing to locate prey. When a kangaroo rat or other small mammal ventures within range, the fox's response is lightning fast. Its powerful hind legs propel it forward in a series of bounds, while its sharp teeth and claws ensure a quick, clean kill. During the harsh summer months, the kit fox becomes almost entirely nocturnal, emerging only after the sun has set and temperatures have dropped to manageable levels. Its behavioral flexibility allows it to adjust its activity patterns based on temperature, prey availability, and moon phases. On the brightest nights, when its pale coloration might make it visible to predators, it tends to remain closer to the safety of its den. The kit fox's stealthy nocturnal hunt gives way to one of the desert's most iconic daytime spectacles. As the sun climbs higher, A streak of brown and white races across the open desert floor, its long legs carrying it at speeds that would challenge many vehicles on desert roads. The greater roadrunner, Arizona's most famous ground-dwelling bird, embodies the desert's spirit of adaptation and survival. The roadrunner's running technique is a masterpiece of biomechanical efficiency. Its long, powerful legs work in perfect coordination, while its streamlined body cuts through the air with minimal resistance. The bird's tail serves as a rudder, allowing it to make sharp turns at high speed without losing momentum. When pursuing prey or escaping danger, the roadrunner can reach speeds of up to 20 miles per hour, making it one of the fastest running birds in North America. The roadrunner's diet is as diverse as any desert omnivores, ranging from insects and small reptiles to birds, eggs, and even small mammals. Its hunting strategy is based on speed and opportunism. When it spots a lizard basking in the sun, the roadrunner's approach is swift and direct. Its sharp, pointed beak delivers a precise strike, while its strong neck muscles provide the power necessary to subdue struggling prey. The bird's relationship with snakes is particularly fascinating. Roadrunners are skilled snake hunters, capable of taking prey as dangerous as small rattlesnakes. They approach venomous snakes with remarkable courage, using their speed and agility to avoid strikes while delivering precise pecks to the snake's head. The roadrunner's thick, scaly legs provide some protection against bites, while its quick reflexes allow it to dance around striking snakes. During the breeding season, roadrunners engage in elaborate courtship displays that showcase their personality and athleticism. Males perform impressive running displays, often carrying sticks or other objects as gifts for potential mates. Their vocalizations, a series of cooing and clucking sounds, carry across the desert landscape, advertising their presence and fitness to females. The roadrunner's nesting behavior reveals its practical approach to desert survival. Nests are built in dense shrubs or cacti, providing protection from predators and harsh weather. The birds line their nests with soft materials, creating a comfortable environment for their eggs and chicks. Both parents participate in incubation and feeding duties, demonstrating the cooperative behavior necessary for successful reproduction in challenging environments. The roadrunner's high-speed chase across the desert floor represents just one facet of Arizona's diverse wildlife story. Miles away, in the high country where ponderosa pines tower above mountain meadows, a completely different drama unfolds. The thunderous sound of hooves on rocky terrain announces the presence of one of North America's most magnificent large mammals. A bull elk, his massive antlers silhouetted against the sky, leads his herd through the mountain landscape with the bearing of true wilderness royalty. The elk's presence in Arizona's mountains creates a stark contrast to the desert species below. These massive animals, with mature bulls weighing up to 700 pounds, require entirely different survival strategies. The mountain environment provides abundant water and vegetation, but presents its own challenges in the form of steep terrain, seasonal snow, and temperature extremes. The bull elk's antlers are one of nature's most impressive seasonal displays. Growing throughout the spring and summer, these bone structures can span 5 feet across and weigh up to 40 pounds. During the rut, these antlers serve as both weapons and status symbols, with dominant bulls using them to assert their authority over harems of females. The sight of two massive bulls engaging in combat, their antlers clashing with sounds that echo across mountain valleys, represents one of wildlife's most dramatic spectacles. The elk's seasonal migrations reveal their deep understanding of mountain ecology. As winter approaches and snow begins to accumulate at higher elevations, the herds move to lower elevations where food remains accessible. These movements follow ancient routes passed down through generations, with older cows leading the way to traditional wintering grounds. The elk's feeding behavior demonstrates remarkable adaptability to seasonal changes. During the abundant summer months, they graze on grasses, forbs, and young tree shoots, building up fat reserves for the challenging winter ahead. As autumn arrives and vegetation becomes scarce, they shift to browsing on bark, twigs, and whatever vegetation remains available. Grace of a living shadow, the mountain lion represents the apex of stealth and power. This magnificent cat, also known as a cougar or puma, embodies the wild spirit of Arizona's untamed high country. The mountain lion's hunting strategy is based on patience, stealth, and explosive power. It can remain motionless for hours, studying the movements of potential prey before making its move. When an elk or deer ventures within range, the cat's response is swift and decisive. Its powerful hind legs can propel it over 40 feet in a single bound, while its sharp claws and teeth ensure a quick, efficient kill. The mountain lion's physical adaptations for hunting are remarkable. Its large paws act as snowshoes in winter, distributing its weight across soft snow surfaces. The cat's long tail provides balance during rapid direction changes and helps it maintain stability while negotiating steep, rocky terrain. Its keen eyesight and hearing allow it to detect prey from great distances, while its sensitive nose can track scent trails across miles of mountain terrain. The mountain lion's territorial behavior is complex and far-reaching. Adult cats maintain territories that can span hundreds of square miles, with boundaries marked by scent posts and scratch marks on trees. These territories are defended vigorously, with confrontations between adult cats being rare but potentially deadly affairs. The cat's relationship with prey species extends beyond simple predation. Mountain lions are selective hunters, typically targeting older, weaker, or sick animals. This predation pressure helps maintain healthy prey populations by removing individuals that might otherwise spread disease or consume resources without contributing to reproduction. During the breeding season, normally solitary mountain lions come together in brief but intense courtships. The female's distinctive call, a sound that can carry for miles through mountain valleys, announces her receptiveness to mating. These encounters are the only times adult mountain lions willingly share territory, and they rarely last more than a few days. The mountain lion's adaptability to different habitats within Arizona is remarkable. While most commonly associated with mountain forests, these cats also inhabit desert regions, where they prey on javelinas, deer, and other desert mammals. Their ability to thrive in diverse environments makes them one of the most successful large predators in North America. The mountain lion's powerful presence in Arizona's high country contrasts dramatically with one of the state's most delicate residents. In a flower-filled canyon where water seeps from rock walls, creating a desert oasis, a tiny ruby-throated hummingbird hovers before a bright red bloom. This diminutive bird, weighing less than a penny, represents one of evolution's most remarkable achievements in miniaturization and efficiency. The hummingbird's flight capabilities border on the miraculous. Its wings beat at rates exceeding 80 beats per second, creating the characteristic humming sound that gives the species its name. These rapid wing beats allow the bird to hover in place, fly backwards, and perform aerial maneuvers that would be impossible for any other bird. The hummingbird's specialized flight muscles make up nearly 30% of its body weight, a proportion unmatched by any other creature. The bird's metabolism is one of nature's most extreme examples of high-energy living. A hummingbird's heart beats over 1,200 times per minute during flight, while its breathing rate can exceed 250 breaths per minute. To fuel this incredible energy expenditure, the bird must consume nectar from hundreds of flowers each day, supplementing its diet with small insects and spiders for protein. The hummingbird's specialized beak and tongue are perfectly adapted for nectar feeding. The long, thin beak can probe deep into flower corollas, while the tongue, split at the tip and covered with tiny hairs, can extract nectar through capillary action. Different hummingbird species have evolved beaks of varying lengths and shapes, each adapted to specific types of flowers. The bird's territorial behavior is fierce despite its tiny size. Hummingbirds will aggressively defend productive flower patches from competitors, engaging in aerial battles that involve high-speed chases and spectacular diving displays. These confrontations, while brief, are intense affairs that can determine access to crucial food resources. During the breeding season, male hummingbirds perform elaborate courtship displays that showcase their flying abilities. These displays often involve spectacular dives from great heights, with the males pulling out of their dives just feet from the ground. The sound produced by air rushing through their tail feathers creates distinctive musical notes that form part of their courtship ritual. The hummingbird's nesting behavior reveals remarkable engineering skills. The female constructs a tiny cup-shaped nest using plant fibers, spider silk, and lichens. The nest, often no larger than a walnut, is camouflaged to blend perfectly with its surroundings. The elasticity of spider silk allows the nest to expand as the chicks grow, accommodating the increasing size of the developing birds. The hummingbird's delicate presence at the desert oasis attracts other visitors seeking the precious resource of water. High on the rocky cliffs that surround the water source, a group of desert bighorn sheep picks its way along ledges that would challenge the most skilled human climbers. These magnificent animals represent the ultimate in desert adaptation, combining the agility of mountain goats with the endurance necessary to survive in one of North America's harshest environments. The bighorn sheep's most distinctive feature, the massive curved horns of mature rams, serves multiple purposes beyond the obvious role in combat. These horns, which can weigh up to 30 pounds, also serve as status symbols and as protection during the spectacular headbutting contests that determine breeding rights. The sound of two rams colliding can be heard for miles, echoing off canyon walls like thunder. The sheep's hooves are marvels of natural engineering. The outer edge is hard and sharp, providing excellent grip on rocky surfaces, while the inner pad is soft and spongy, allowing the animal to feel subtle variations in rock texture. This combination allows bighorn sheep to navigate terrain that appears impossible for such large animals, moving up and down cliff faces with remarkable confidence. The bighorn sheep's water requirements present one of the greatest challenges in desert survival. These animals must drink regularly, often traveling many miles between water sources. Their knowledge of water locations is passed down through generations, with older ewes leading the herd to traditional watering spots. During drought conditions, this knowledge can mean the difference between life and death for the entire herd. The sheep's social structure is complex and hierarchical. Ewes in their young form tight-knit groups led by experienced matriarchs, while mature rams typically live in bachelor groups, except during breeding season. The relationship between mothers and offspring is particularly strong, with ewes teaching their young the locations of water sources, escape routes, and safe bedding areas. The bighorn sheep's feeding behavior reveals remarkable adaptability to desert conditions. They are browsers, feeding on a wide variety of shrubs, grasses, and cacti. Their ability to process tough, fibrous vegetation allows them to extract nutrients from plants that would be indigestible to many other animals. During the sparse winter months, They can survive on dried grasses and shrubs that other herbivores cannot utilize. The sheep's lambing season coincides with the most favorable conditions for survival. Ewes give birth in secluded areas among the rocks, often on narrow ledges that provide protection from predators. The newborn lambs possess remarkable agility, able to navigate rocky terrain within hours of birth. This early mobility is crucial for survival in an environment where staying with the herd means the difference between life and death. The bighorn sheep's cautious movements among the rocky cliffs do not go unnoticed by the keen eyes of Arizona's most common raptor. High overhead, riding the thermal currents that rise from the sun-heated desert floor, a red-tailed hawk circles with the patient confidence of a master predator. This magnificent bird of prey represents the perfect balance between power and precision, capable of spotting prey from over a mile away while soaring hundreds of feet above the ground. The red-tailed hawk's hunting strategy is based on a combination of patience and explosive action. It can soar for hours with minimal wing beats, using rising air currents to maintain altitude while scanning the landscape below. When prey is spotted, the hawk's response is swift and decisive. It folds its wings and drops into a controlled dive, reaching speeds of over 100 miles per hour before extending its powerful talons at the moment of impact. The hawk's exceptional eyesight is one of its greatest assets. Its vision is approximately 8 times sharper than human vision, allowing it to detect the slightest movement in grass or among rocks. The bird's eyes are also capable of detecting ultraviolet light, which helps it track the urine trails left by small mammals. This remarkable visual acuity makes the red-tailed hawk one of the most effective hunters in the desert ecosystem. The hawk's territorial behavior intensifies during breeding season, when pairs engage in spectacular aerial displays. These courtship flights involve dramatic dives, rolls, and synchronized soaring that can last for hours. The bird's distinctive screaming calls echo across the desert landscape, serving both as territorial announcements and as means of communication between mates. The red-tailed hawk's nesting habits reveal its adaptability to Arizona's diverse habitats. These birds construct large stick nests in tall trees, on cliff faces, or even on man-made structures like power poles. The nest, built by both male and female, serves as the center of their territory and is often reused for multiple years. The hawk's fierce defense of their nesting area ensures that few predators dare to approach. The hawk's diet is remarkably diverse, ranging from small mammals and birds to reptiles and even large insects. This dietary flexibility allows red-tailed hawks to thrive in virtually every habitat within Arizona, from desert floor to mountain forest. Their role as predators helps maintain balance in rodent populations, making them valuable allies in ecosystem management. The red-tailed hawk's aerial surveillance extends beyond the open desert to the riparian areas where trees provide both cover and food sources. Among the cottonwoods and willows that line desert washes, a troop of coatimundis forages with the enthusiasm of professional treasure hunters. These long-nosed, ring-tailed members of the raccoon family represent one of Arizona's most social and intelligent mammals. The coatimundi's distinctive appearance immediately sets it apart from other desert mammals. Its elongated snout, which can be moved independently in all directions, serves as both a sophisticated sensing device and a precision tool for extracting food from tight spaces. The mobile nose can detect scents imperceptible to humans and can probe deep into crevices where insects and small prey attempt to hide. The coatimundi's social structure is complex and dynamic. Females and their young form cohesive bands that can include 30 or more individuals, while adult males typically live solitary lives except during breeding season. The band's movement through the landscape is coordinated through a complex system of vocalizations, from soft purrs that maintain group cohesion to sharp barks that warn of danger. The coatimundi's foraging behavior showcases remarkable dexterity and intelligence. Using their long, flexible fingers, they can manipulate objects with almost human-like precision. They turn over rocks, probe bark crevices, and even open seed pods with careful, deliberate movements. Their omnivorous diet includes insects, small vertebrates, fruits, and eggs, making them important seed dispersers in riparian ecosystems. The Coatimundi's climbing abilities are impressive, rivaling those of any arboreal mammal. They can navigate through tree canopies with remarkable agility, using their long tails for balance and their sharp claws for grip. This arboreal lifestyle allows them to exploit food sources unavailable to ground-dwelling animals, while providing escape routes from terrestrial predators. The Coatimundi's defense strategies are based on cooperation and communication. When threatened, the band members work together to mob potential predators, using their numbers and vocalizations to overwhelm threats. Their distinctive alarm calls can alert other wildlife to the presence of danger, creating a network of information that benefits the entire ecosystem. The Coatimundi's animated foraging activities in the riparian woodland attract the attention of other inhabitants of these precious water-rich environments. Moving through the dappled shadows beneath the cottonwoods, a small herd of mule deer emerges to drink from a clear stream. These graceful ungulates, with their distinctive large ears and white-rumped tails, represent one of Arizona's most adaptable and successful large mammals. The mule deer's most distinctive feature, the oversized ears that give the species its name, serves multiple crucial functions. These remarkable auditory organs can rotate independently, allowing the deer to monitor sounds from multiple directions simultaneously. The large surface area also helps dissipate heat during the scorching desert summers, acting as natural air conditioning systems. The mule deer's movement through the landscape is characterized by a distinctive bounding gait called stotting. This unique form of locomotion, where all 4 feet leave the ground simultaneously, allows the deer to navigate rough terrain with remarkable efficiency. The high bouncing gait also serves as a signal to predators, demonstrating the deer's fitness and alertness. The deer's feeding behavior reveals sophisticated knowledge of plant phenology and nutrition. They are selective browsers, choosing the most nutritious parts of plants at optimal times. During spring, they focus on new growth and flowering plants, while summer brings a shift to fruits and seed pods. Their ability to process a wide variety of plant materials allows them to maintain nutrition even when preferred foods are scarce. The mule deer's social structure varies seasonally, reflecting the changing demands of survival and reproduction. During most of the year, does and their fawns form small family groups, while bucks typically remain solitary or form loose bachelor groups. The breeding season brings dramatic changes, with mature bucks establishing territories and competing for mating rights. The deer's anti-predator strategies are sophisticated and multi-layered. Their excellent vision, hearing, and sense of smell allow them to detect threats from considerable distances. When danger is detected, they use a variety of warning signals, from foot stamping to explosive snorts, to alert other deer. Their knowledge of escape routes and safe areas, passed down through generations, often means the difference between life and death. As the mule deer complete their evening drink and disappear into the gathering darkness, the riparian area transforms into a nocturnal wonderland. The sound of small hands manipulating objects in the water announces the arrival of one of North America's most intelligent and adaptable mammals. A raccoon, its distinctive masked face clearly visible in the moonlight, demonstrates the dexterity and curiosity that have made its species so successful. The raccoon's front paws are marvels of evolutionary engineering. With nearly the same dexterity as human hands, these remarkable appendages can manipulate objects, open containers, and perform tasks requiring fine motor control. The raccoon's habit of washing its food in water actually serves to enhance its sense of touch, as the water increases the sensitivity of its already remarkable tactile receptors. The raccoon's intelligence is legendary among wildlife observers. These animals have been observed using tools, solving complex problems, and adapting their behavior to exploit new food sources. Their ability to learn and remember solutions to problems makes them remarkably successful in diverse environments, from pristine wilderness to urban landscapes. The raccoon's omnivorous diet is one of the keys to its success. It consumes everything from insects and small fish to fruits, nuts, and eggs. This dietary flexibility allows raccoons to thrive in virtually any habitat that provides water and shelter. Their foraging behavior is methodical and thorough, with individuals often returning to productive feeding areas night after night. The raccoon's social behavior is more complex than commonly realized. While generally solitary, raccoons do form temporary associations, particularly during the breeding season and when abundant food sources are available. Mothers with young demonstrate remarkable dedication, teaching their offspring essential survival skills through patient example and gentle correction. The raccoon's adaptability to human presence has made it one of the most successful mammals in North America. However, in Arizona's wild places, these animals still follow ancient patterns of behavior, denning in hollow trees, foraging along waterways, and raising their young in the safety of dense vegetation. The raccoon's nocturnal activities along the stream are conducted with constant awareness of larger, more powerful residents of Arizona's wild places. In the distance, the sound of breaking branches and heavy footsteps announces the approach of one of the state's most impressive and potentially dangerous inhabitants. A black bear, its glossy coat reflecting the moonlight, emerges from the forest to investigate the water source that draws so many desert creatures. The black bear's presence in Arizona represents one of nature's most successful survival stories. These adaptable omnivores have managed to thrive in habitats ranging from desert mountain ranges to high-elevation forests. Their intelligence, strength, and behavioral flexibility have allowed them to exploit resources unavailable to most other large mammals. The bear's powerful build conceals remarkable agility and speed. Despite weighing up to 400 pounds, a black bear can run at speeds exceeding 30 miles per hour and climb trees with the skill of a much smaller animal. Their powerful claws, designed for digging and climbing, can also serve as formidable weapons when the situation demands. The bear's seasonal behavior patterns reflect sophisticated understanding of resource availability and environmental conditions. During spring, they focus on new vegetation, insects, and small mammals. Summer brings a shift to fruits, berries, and nuts, while autumn sees intensive feeding to build fat reserves for winter. Their ability to gain substantial weight before winter dormancy is crucial for survival during the lean months. The bear's foraging behavior demonstrates remarkable intelligence and adaptability. They have been observed using tools, solving complex problems, and modifying their behavior based on experience. Their excellent memory allows them to remember productive feeding areas and return to them at optimal times year after year. The bear's relationship with other wildlife is complex and dynamic. As one of the largest predators in Arizona, black bears command respect from most other species. However, they are generally not aggressive predators, preferring to avoid confrontation when possible. Their presence in an ecosystem often indicates healthy habitat conditions and abundant resources. The bear's winter behavior varies depending on elevation and climate conditions. In Arizona's higher elevations, bears may enter true hibernation, while those in lower, warmer areas may simply reduce their activity levels. This flexibility allows them to exploit resources throughout their range while minimizing energy expenditure during lean periods. From the lowest desert valleys to the highest mountain peaks, each species has found its niche in this remarkable ecosystem. The javelina's social intelligence, The verdin's energy efficiency, the cactus wren's fearless adaptation, and the mountain lion's perfect predatory skills all represent millions of years of evolutionary refinement. The seasonal rhythms that govern life in Arizona create a complex tapestry of survival strategies. Spring brings abundance and opportunity, with flowers blooming and young animals taking their first steps into the world. Summer tests every creature's ability to cope with extreme heat and limited water. Autumn offers preparation time, with animals building fat reserves and caching food for the challenges ahead. Winter brings its own trials, with cold temperatures and reduced food availability testing the limits of adaptation. The interactions between these species create a web of relationships that demonstrates the interconnectedness of all life. The Gila woodpecker's excavations provide homes for other species, while the javelina's rooting behavior helps plants establish new growth. The mountain lion's predation helps maintain healthy prey populations, while the hummingbird's nectar feeding services pollinate the flowers that provide food for countless other creatures. Each animal's story is one of triumph over adversity, of finding ways to thrive in conditions that would challenge the most advanced human technology. Their success represents the incredible power of evolutionary adaptation and the resilience of life itself. The desert's harsh beauty and the mountain's majestic grandeur provide the stage for these daily dramas of survival. Every sunrise brings new challenges and opportunities. Every sunset marks another day of successful adaptation. In this timeless landscape, the ancient patterns of life continue, as they have for millions of years, and as they will for millions more. The Arizona wilderness stands as a testament to the power of adaptation and the beauty of natural selection. Here, in one of North America's most challenging environments, life has not merely survived, but has created one of the most diverse and remarkable ecosystems on Earth. The 16 species we have followed represent just a fraction of the incredible biodiversity that calls Arizona home, each with its own story of survival, adaptation, and triumph. The relationship between human development and Arizona's wildlife presents a complex narrative of both destruction and conservation. Urban expansion across the Sonoran Desert has fragmented critical habitat corridors, forcing species like mountain lions and bighorn sheep into increasingly isolated populations. The sprawling growth of Phoenix and Tucson has eliminated thousands of acres of pristine desert ecosystem, while water diversions have dried up riparian areas that serve as crucial wildlife corridors. Climate change, accelerated by human activities, poses perhaps the greatest long-term threat to Arizona's wildlife. Rising temperatures and altered precipitation patterns are shifting the delicate balance that desert species have spent millennia perfecting. Many species are being forced to adapt faster than evolution typically allows, with some populations already showing signs of stress. However, human impact has not been entirely negative. Conservation efforts have brought several species back from the brink of extinction, including the desert bighorn sheep and various bird species. Protected areas like national parks and wildlife refuges have preserved crucial habitat, while hunting license fees and conservation taxes have funded extensive research and management programs. The challenge moving forward lies in balancing human needs with wildlife conservation. Sustainable development practices, wildlife corridors, and water conservation efforts represent hope for coexistence. The story of Arizona's wildlife is ultimately intertwined with human choices, making every conservation decision a vote for the future of these remarkable creatures. Captivated by the incredible wildlife of Arizona? Show your support by liking this video and commenting with your favorite animal. Help spread awareness by sharing it, and join the effort to protect these valuable ecosystems. Remember to tap the bell icon to stay updated on more unforgettable adventures in the wild.